All right, guys, while the camera was cooling down, I went ahead and set up this new angle here. And we're going 35 included. Now this guy's got some good chips on it. Let me show you. Go ahead and jumping over to the Fiskars. Look at all those chips. Take a screenshot of that, and then we'll compare it to what happens when I'm done. There's good lighting on this side. So let's go ahead and, this one's got a really wide bevel, so I'm gonna paint it up pretty good. Tanya found these extra wide Sharpies and she was gonna buy them for me, but they're out of stock. I'm looking forward to getting those. It's just the little conveniences in life, you know. All right, so we're gonna go to low power. I'm gonna put this down so I can adjust this belt quickly if I need to. Alright, that's 1,000 RPM. I'm gonna go ahead and back down to basically no RPM. Try to do a scratch test here. Those chips might be so tall. Let's just use our eyeballs. Yeah, you know what? I think the internet might be wrong about that edge angle. It seems a lot more shallow than 35. Let's see where 30 takes me. Now this is actually going to be good content here. This is going to be a good little thing to watch. What I'm about to do, this belt here, it's 400 grit, but it's kind of getting worn out. I've used it a lot, so it's not as abrasive. I'm going to run this one on slow-mo here. And we're going to do our scratch test on this speed. Yeah, we're still only scratching the apex. I think we need to go even lower. Man, I can't imagine Fiskars. I just can't imagine a. That was 15, so I guess let's try 13. Like wedged in there. Okay. It's 13. Maybe I've got to grind those off. All right, so it's apparent I'm gonna have to knock off those chips before I'm gonna get a reading on the existing edge angle. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna go on slow-mo. We're gonna take these things off in slow-mo, which is 200 RPMs per second. It's never an issue to grind at a steeper angle off rip. It's when you start too low. Like, so just for a quick explanation for those of you that aren't aware of how this works right now, I'm only grinding right here on the tip. Had I started out too low, my grind pattern could have been all the way up here. And then I'm like, oh shoot, I went too low. And then I go back down to where all this black is. But then when I hand it to Jeremy, he's gonna look and, you know, most people are nice and they're not gonna say anything at all. But in the back of their minds, they're gonna be like, damn, what's that all about, right? We don't want that. So there's not a ton of risk right now. Plus this is like me using a file essentially. Damn, what kind of angle is on this thing? That's absolutely insane to me. It's low, it's so low. What is happening? Oop, my fan fell. I'll be right back. If you guys heard that, that's the fan in the back. When I'm doing long shots, that fan is dedicated to cooling the camera. That's how dedicated to this YouTube thing I am. Okay, so now, jeez. Okay, I mean, from my eyeballs, that looks about right. Or was I not? I don't know, let's see. Boom. All right, guys. There you have it. I finally found the back of the bevel. See all that Sharpie ground off? Seems like it might be a tad bit low though. But let's see what angle that's at. This is an 11-degree angle here. A little steeper than that, I think. So 10, 11. And there's 12. Boy, sometimes the wind comes off that saltwater beach just right with the tide. And boy, it just smells so interesting with all the seaweed and the dead crab and who knows what. I just got a big whiff of sea. I almost said seafood. The sea. Okay, so that's 12. Let's repaint our bevel here. At least we know we're super close to where we need to be. And that Sharpie's almost dead. I'm burning through Sharpies like no one's business these days. But not to worry. Not to worry, friends. We got pins for days. Let's see if this one will do better. There we go. That one's got some ink in it. When Tanya and I were younger, I used to hack the printer cartridges. I would buy ink from China in bulk for pennies. And then I would drill holes in the cartridges and inject ink in them. And the reason I bring that up is because that $5 Sharpie just went dead on me. I've got these ones, they're all gonna last me about a year. But what about after that? I'm just gonna have to start spending more money on Sharpies? Or do I bring the Chinese drilling ink hack back into play? Okay, let's see what's happening here. And 12 degrees is still too steep. All we did was took a little bit off the apex. All right, Jeremy, I'm going with the existing angle, my friend. I don't understand it, but man, that's a really low angle. But it's Fiskars. Like, I mean, Fiskars is a very successful company. I can't imagine they don't know what they're doing. And the reviews on this thing are absolutely insane. People love it. Probably because it has a freaking, 15 degree inclusive bevel and it just cuts like butter. I don't know. I guess I'll have to ask Jeremy how long, actually, you know what? Let's ask him right now. Let's ask him how long he's had this Fiskars. Hey Jeremy, how long have you had this Fiskars Ax? I'm trying to determine how much use it's had. Trying to determine how much use it's had. All right. Hopefully we'll hear back from Jeremy in a second. Oh, speaking of customers, we got a big haul coming in tomorrow. I had a guy reach out. He's got a 6-piece shun set and I think 6 fillet knives. So it sounds like a fisherman. And he needs his shit sharpened. So he's gonna be driving down to me from Camino Island. All right, there it is. We just did 10 degrees. All right, Jeremy, against the internet's opinion, my own opinion, that's science right there. I just put a 10-degree block under my guide, and that got us from the existing edge down to where the bevel meets the cheek. So Fiskars is 20 degrees included, which is friggin' like mind-blowing to me. Go ahead and crank that bad boy up. We're just gonna go 500 at first, get comfortable, get cozy. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and cool my tip down. We're gonna pucker the steel. For all you knife and steel nerds out there, we're puckering the steel. And if you're just tuning into the middle of this broadcast, that was a joke. Please don't crucify me in the comments. Well, I have a feeling this this blade's gonna chew its worth off in its belt. I just saw a giant piece of my belt go away. It's like, oh, there goes $5. Not to worry, Donald Trump's gonna fix the economy. We'll all be okay. Tell you what though, I'd much rather be over here. Oh, I just noticed. So on these passes, it looks like it's digging a little lower. Like I'm not getting a lot of love on the apex here. Even though that scratch test said otherwise. So maybe it's got to do with the way I'm holding this. It should be working. Just holding it flat. Yeah. There might be some, I bet you there's flex to this because it's such a heavy thing. Okay. Jeremy just got back to us. According to Amazon, this is awesome. Oh man, I love working with people my own age or close to it. So just quick update. We're curious, I'm curious, like how long these edges can last because they're so low. So I texted Jeremy, I said, hey Jeremy, how long have you had this Fiskars Ax? I'm trying to determine how much use it's had. Literally 2 minutes later, according to Amazon, purchased March 2012. Taken down several small trees, 6-inch and mini split logs for our fire pit over the years. Yeah, I was curious, the edge angle ended up being, or the existing edge angle ends up, it's 10 degrees per side, which is way lower than all the online research and popular opinion show. So I was assuming you might have bought this like a year or two ago with that low of an angle, but this must be some kind of special steel. I don't know. That's impressive. Okay, let's analyze what just happened here. So we see a lot more rub towards the cheek than we do the apex. So we actually need to increase our angle a little bit. So maybe I just got excited earlier that I finally found the sweet spot, but in fact I didn't. Good news, we haven't gone too far. Let's go try the 12 real quick. Gosh dang it, I can't remember which one we are already on. I guess I could have shoved the little angle in there to figure that out. Too late now. Like, what happened? What the hell happened? And then boom, that one's way too high. So we're gonna drop down to 11. I think that last one, the one before the last must have been 10. So maybe we're at 11 per side. 22 degrees included, let's see. It's gotta be it, it's gotta be it. A lot closer. All right. So I think it's 10.5. Fiskars probably does 10.5. So everything on the left side, right over here, that's what I just did. I don't have a way to measure down anymore. Although I could put, because I don't have halves of these. That would be cool if they put one in here. What we could do is we could try to go in between these. All right, let's give that a shot. Damn, still too high. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're just gonna go back to 10. Jiggle this all around. Press hard. That's another thing that's always in my memory. Press hard 3 copies. Back to Mr. Schneck, my high school teacher. He used to always say, press hard 3 copies. He was a cop. So I'm assuming that meant carbon copies. Man, imagine being a cop, a banker, a lawyer, or a judge before computers. Man, you'd just be writing all day long. Not anymore. My lawyer, Grok Esquire, man, he's so sharp and on. There, oh my god, finally. Okay, let me repaint this. Just do one more. Y'all know I'm already measuring my Tormek stone before and after every knife so I can start getting an idea of how much money I'm losing every time I sharpen on that thing. Like my stone wear. How am I gonna measure my Sharpie wear? Oh my god, we finally did it. So I guess here we are. We went full circle. We went from 10 degrees and then something happened and I wasn't confident with 10 because if you look at this, it looks a little heavy on the cheek side of the bevel, not so much on the apex. But here we are. Then we went to 11 and then we went to 10 and a half and here we are back at 10. So the Sharpie has spoken. 10 degrees it is. Let's get all these chips off. Let's pucker the steel. And let's do the other side. Pucker the steel. Oh yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. That looks a lot better. All right, so now we just need to keep going until we pare away just a braid until those chips are completely gone. That way Jeremy can go put new chips in it. I love the quote. You know what? I'm done butchering it. We're gonna get it right this time. I'm gonna put it on my website. What's Abraham Lincoln's quote about sharpening an axe for 3 hours and using only 1 hour to chop the tree down? I want the exact quote. I don't want all the details in the world. I don't want the history of Abe Lincoln. I just want the quote. Thank you, Brock. I love you. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Man, how great is that quote? Yep, that's going on my website. I am gonna edit that bad boy tonight. In fact, that's going on the front page. That is going on the front page. It's Abraham friggin' Lincoln, you know? He did so much for this country. All right, camera hasn't melted yet. I'm starting to melt. Sun, what time is it? Oh, it's already 7:30. What have I been doing? Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, that was a long soak. Oh, I can actually feel it. It's kind of cold. Super puckered steel. Oop, 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 oop. So what happened there is I tilted the blade just a little bit, caught the edge of the belt, and absolutely destroyed it. And got whatever this thing's made out of, silicon carbide, cotton, this, that, and the other, all over the freaking place. Okay, we're gonna get a stronger belt. This one's 100. Let's go grab a, let's try a 60. Let's go grab a 60. We're just gonna use this for a minute. We're gonna get in front of all those big old chips, and then we're gonna go right back to that destroyed belt. And we don't have a ton of extra way to go. So you already know I'm gonna put 10 degrees per side in my logbook. That way I never have to go through the Sharpie test with this specific axe again, because it will be back. It's one of the best-selling axes on Amazon, so I'm sure I'll see another one. And especially once I post the before and afters. Oh, I didn't take before photos, damn it. I've got a couple of thumbnail photos, maybe those will work. But anyways, I'll kind of lean into the axe. You know, my website's really kitchen knife heavy. I'll lean into the axe side a little bit. Maybe we'll get some more. Pucker that steel up. Just gonna let it sit there and soak for a minute. Let that coolness really penetrate deep into the steel. That way I can grind just a little bit longer, or just mitigate ruining the temper just a little bit more. Now that I've got some time sharpening this edge and I'm looking at it, yeah, I can tell this thing has never been sharpened. Imagine that though. He's had this blade for, what's that, 15 years, this axe. So he's got a fire pit in the backyard, and you know, I know the area he lives in, so there's a lot of little alders and scrub brush and whatnot. So summertime, fall time, they go out there, grab the trusty Fiskars Ax and chop some of those down, build a fire on the fire pit. Good times. I'm ready for this one to be over so we can get into the man axe. I'm excited for that one. My father was a smoke jumper. So I took a picture of this today and I sent it to him and I said, hey, I need the US Forestry protocol on sharpening this axe. He didn't get back to me. He's probably out on the lake in his bass boat. Dude, that guy friggin' worked hard, man. Let me tell you. I'm bummed we didn't get him on the show. You know, he came up to visit, but he actually just came for dinner. He literally showed up for dinner and left. All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. Just gonna stay on this low grit until I get the chips out of there. And I think on that this axe, yeah, we're gonna go mirror edge on the micro or the secondary bevel. I couldn't, man, just thinking like re-polishing the whole face of this thing with all the dings and nicks and all that, like how cool this thing would look. If it was my axe, I would, but this is a business and I gotta consider the costs of the belt wear and all the extra time too. Like, I really need to start thinking about the cost of my time. This, for me, it's like sharpening is just so much fun. I enjoy it, but I need to be more aware of how much time I'm spending and making sure it's worth my time. Okay, so I'm analyzing my work. This side, my bevel's quite a bit bigger than this side, at least the top is. So I'm gonna try to get caught up here. This feels super, super cool. I'm gonna have to take this thing out and chop some wood because I know we measured, did the Sharpie test, and we know we're at the right angle here. But geez, man, that just seems so friggin' thin for an axe. Flip off the thing there. That could have been bad. Alright, let's see if these bevels are lining up yet. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more over here. So thin. But it is what it is. Give you guys a quick update on what's happening too. Big old beautiful bevel. Still got a couple chips in the apex, so we got a little bit more grinding to do. Okay. Let's see which side was which. This was the 6.2 side, wasn't it? Mm, 8.2. Almost got those 2 chips out. All right, we're getting, oh, still one more stubborn chip. Hopefully our bevels are even at this point. Perfect symmetry of our apex. Let's see. Very, very, very close. A little bit behind though. But good timing because we're still behind on that chip. This is what it took in ages on the Tormek. Maybe one friggin' sharp axe though. Probably the sharpest axe in town, no joke. With this low of an angle. I mean, Jesus. You know what's interesting though? Fiskars. They are a pretty successful corporation, right? This angle, like it's gotta be the lowest angle for any axe that I've ever heard of. Anyways, maybe I'm completely wrong and this is standard, but it seems so shallow. But I'm learning on kitchen knives in those different types of steel. Popular opinions like 17. Everybody does 17-degree edge double bevels. A lot of guys will also do 20 because they're like, you know, a little bit, you got to get that sweet spot for sharp and durability. Well, guess what? There's been tests done specifically on X50 steel, which is one of the most prominent steels on the market. It actually does better down at 12 degrees. A perfect apex can survive longer at 12 degrees than it can at 20. So did Fiskars figure that out with axes too? And instead of doing 30, they're doing 20? Alright, we can really start paying close attention now to the size of the bevel. So I'm perfect on the top, a little wide on the bottom. Let's do one more clean pass here. Bottom's to be expected to be a little wider because of the swooping motion I have to do. And our chip, well, my battery went out and I have no idea how long ago it died on me. I'm using 2 batteries. One's from the Sony A6000 that I dropped from 7 foot and is no longer in use and is now the world's most expensive battery charger. Anyhow, the chips are gone. This thing looks friggin' wicked. This is the type of blade you take into battle against zombies. We're gonna do one more pass to kind of set the bevel on each side and then we're gonna start, I guess, honing it. I've got a unique stropping process for axes you should hang around for. Man, Tanya scored on this. You guys can kind of see it back here. That's like a 2.5 foot little trough. I love it. I should call her out here and show her. Hey, oh, you're busy? Well, she's eliminating her legs. Guys, hey, listen to me. If you're still here after all this time, this is the best advice I can give you, go buy your wife what's called an elipilator. Because they're already crazy about shaving and all that, right? This thing pulls the hair out from the roots. I hear it's a little painful at first, but they get used to it. Dude, trust me. Trust me. Buy it for her. Come back in a month and thank me. You'll trust me. Just trust me. Trust me. Buy it. Yeah, those things are awesome, man. I find myself saying, "Hey, do you need to do a lip-a-lay?" Oh shit. Oh baby. Gosh dang, that is just absolutely beautiful. Take a look at that thing. Oh, what happened to me? The color balance got moved for a second there. All right, I'm gonna go chop something real quick. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we've got a super sharp, good looking field hatchet, combat hatchet, camping hatchet, whatever you want to call it, and a friggin' scary ass 20-degree included edge angle on this Fiskars, but that's how it goes. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done this with an axe head before. Because I got the wind behind me. Anymore. I'm gonna wrap this video up because I already know this has been a long one, and then we'll finish up with this bad boy on the next video. Before I turn this show off, let's hit it with some Chromium Oxide real quick. I don't know that it's as obvious. Clearly it's not as important to like have a super duper edge on the axe as it is like a kitchen knife. But I'm curious if just a couple passes on the Chromium Oxide might elevate the sharpness of this thing. I imagine it would. We need that jig. And then this is gonna be the challenging part, is the angle here. So I need to go quite a bit lower. There we go. Right there. Yeah, I ended on 400 grit, so there's definitely a burr. I don't know, this might actually, the chromium might not be enough to get that burr off. All right, guys, so I'm super happy with both of these tools. The edge just looks immaculate. So sharp. And of course, we gotta do a cut test. So I set up a piece of 2x4 here. Probably a bad idea to do it on the stool I just bought. I can't really think of anything else to use. Maybe we'll protect the stool here with a piece of plywood. Yeah, let's do this first and then we'll do the hatchet next. Hopefully it'll focus in the right area. Oh, too easy, too easy. And the edge does not look compromised at all. So now that you have chopped your wood, you're at your campfire, it's time to make some kindling. There you go. The edge on this one's twice of that one. 10 degrees, or I'm sorry, 20 included, 40 included. But this is gonna be a war machine. This is that get out in the woods and just start hacking shit and having some fun. We did it. All right, guys, hey, don't forget to chop that like button for me. And hey, if you enjoyed this content, I got a new video coming out damn near every day. 5 of the 7 days of the week, I'm able to upload a new video. It's so much between work and this and editing. I wish I didn't have to edit. It'd be so much, life would be so much, I'd just film and create and it'd be so much fun. But editing is like pulling weeds. Anyhow, thank you guys for your support. Thank you to Bald Eagles. They're out there having a blast, huh? All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one where we finish up the man axe.